Okay, it's September 12th, 2021. This is like the third time I've tried to do this. There's been a bunch of interruptions. Um, Welcome. Check out the last episode. I didn't advertise it. I wanted to test to see what would happen. And what happened was exactly what anyone else would expect would happen, which is that less people watched it or listened to it. So check out the last episode. I'm gonna make a little clip for this episode, and I'm sure if anyone's new is listening, they're probably listening because they're curious to see what happened, hear about what happened last night with the first time doing street stand up in Chicago. Or I feel like I should call it subway stand up, underground stand up, uh, hood stand up. I don't know. Fucking terrible. I did it in the subway. Um, well, first off, I learned a pretty hard lesson, and that is carrying a car battery, a backpack full of equipment, a speaker, and a precarious whiteboard is incredibly difficult when you're doing that throughout the city in like 90% humidity. I don't know what the percentage of humidity was, but it was pretty goddamn humid. Really, really hard to do. I need to find like I don't know, a trolley or something that those homeless ladies use. You know the carts the homeless ladies use. They got blankets and pears and shit in it. I need one of those because there's just no way I can carry all of that into the city like that again. But it's a lesson learned. That seems to be how I learn things. I am a kinesthetic learner, which I think means you get hands on. Like I got to do it to then figure out how to learn how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I get there. I set up in a spot where I had seen musicians set up before once, and just kind of went for it. Started talking, made sure people understood I wasn't going to be preaching about Jesus, and I would say it went really well, much better than I would have anticipated. I think part of that is the location of where I set up. And the other part is that I've been doing this street thing for so long, for years at this point, to where I think I can navigate and adapt to these different situations. But the big difference I felt this go around versus in California is that people have to stay there. I'm holding them hostage a little bit because they're waiting for their train. It's not like they're going to just leave because I'm there. So they have to be there. And on this particular day, in this particular time, in this particular moment, the train was really fucking late. Like I think it was a good I think it was there like the whole or it didn't show up like the whole time I was there. I was on the L, I was in the loop, and for those who've never been to Chicago, y'all don't know the Chicago lingo. The Bears. The loop is a part of the public transit system where all of the trains kind of converge into this one area, and they literally make a loop. So your train, if you just stay on the train, you'll eventually hit the loop and you'll go back to where you came from. And so it's this perfect place to do street because it's where everyone converges together. So I think that is one of the things that worked about it. And the other thing that was different is the diversity. Like when I was doing it in Redlands or downtown Riverside or Upland or whatever, I could find a pocket of people, figure out their vibe or whatever, and then just kind of play to that. But in this situation, there were multiple pockets of people that were very different and all liked what I was doing and saying, but in different ways. So it was interesting. I'm gonna have to do it more to kind of match everyone's wavelength a little better, or find a better strategy with it. But that was good. I made a little bit of money. Um, Hopefully, I can make some more because a big part of this is money, and I got some followers from it. So if you are listening, followers, thank you. Um, it was great. It was great. I wonder I wonder how it'll affect my relationship in the comedy community here, because from what I can tell, people do, I mean, fucking people weren't doing that shit in the IE, and people aren't really doing that shit out here. So from what I can tell, it is kind of unique, um, and obnoxious. Like I can't, I can't deny it is not that it's not an obnoxious. The fucking door. Are you there? No. Sorry, my door is not a normal door. It's like it looks like the type of door you'd have in a brothel. Like in the middle part is where the hinges are, and then it folds in and out. And I guess the wind blows it open. It's really creepy. Um, so I moved because my girlfriend's asleep right now and don't want to wake her up. Um, but yeah, it went really well. I wonder how it'll affect my relationship to the comedy community. I've been trying to pace myself. I'm gonna get into this more later, actually, because I've been feeling that good old fashioned depression creeping up, hanging on my back, that monkey on my back. And I think a big part of that is not living in the moment, not being present, not taking in what is happening at this very moment. You know, I mean, if you listen or know me, you know how I'm just constantly thinking about the future and the next goal. What's the next goal? What's the next goal after that? Not even taking in what the fuck is happening right now. Um, like literally right now, I don't even know what I was talking about. I was saying how it'll affect the relationship in the comedy community. Yeah, I've slowed down on mics because I work now, and I need to work. Like I really need to chip away at this debt. I need to save up again because I'm still doing school type of work, which means winter break and summer break is feels good to not work, but at the same time you're not working. So I've chilled out on going to late night mics to the best of my ability. So I basically hit like one mic a night, even though it's possible to hit multiple. I'm trying to pace myself and not burn myself out. So I hit one mic a night, and now with this street stand up thing, I can do that on the weekends so that I can get my reps in without having to exhaust myself throughout the week. You hear that? You know that planning and strategy? I'm like Donatello from the Ninja Turtles. I think this shit through. I got schematics. Schematics is a dope word. Anyway, so yeah, I got this plan together, this little schedule, and I, you know, I'm not gonna worry about that. That's what I've decided. That's what I've decided right now. Not that I don't care how it affects my relationship with the comedy community, but I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not interrupting anyone else's lives. I'm not, you know, coming up and heckling people while they're performing. So I'm just gonna assume it'll be fine, and if someone has an issue with what I'm doing, they just have an issue with what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah. Are we making revelations together, guys? I think we're doing this together. I want to I want to treat this like Blue's Clues. I know Steve made a grand reappearance this past week. Uh, I just want to talk to you guys like we're on Blue's Clues. Are you focusing on yourself, guys? Great. What's that you say? This awkward pause is making you uncomfortable and makes you want to turn off the podcast? Well, then I'll just stop. Um, yeah, that the speaking of that, I actually wrote this shit. I'm writing my shit down. I need to slow down. I've been feeling like this past week. I felt really lonely. I think fuck, man. For me, it feels like I've been here for months. Feels like I've been here for like a year, and it's only been about a month and some weeks, and not in a bad way. It feels like I've been here for so long just because I'm comfortable. I immediately felt comfortable out here, and then yeah, I can hear the echoes of people listening. The winter, you haven't gotten to the winter yet. I know. You'll hear my episodes during the winter. We'll see how I handle it. But as of right now, Edge, I just feel comfortable. Um, I feel comfortable and it feels like I've been here a while, but there's also this sense of loneliness that is so fucking weird to describe. Like I've never experienced this type of loneliness. Like even during the OG quarantine of the pandemic, when we were separated from each other, there's almost like an energy you can feel um, when you're in the same area. Like I'm in the same area, and so I can feel that all these people that I know are also in the same area. But it's kind of like this is gonna get more. This is not a funny episode. Not to say most of the episodes are funny. They're a lot more, far more pontification than jokes. But um, it's like when someone dies, and you can't feel them anymore. They're just not there in that same way. Also, I've been binge watching Dragon Ball Super. It has kept me sane. I've been binge watching it, and there's a point, spoilers for Dragon Ball Super. We think that Goku's dead because this motherfucker dies like every season, and I think it's Krillin's like, I can't feel his energy, and I'm like, yeah, that what it feels like. You can't feel their energy, and it's ethereal. It's not tangible, but this loneliness thing is so strange because I'm meeting people out here. I'm meeting people out here. I'm slowly making friends. I'm making connections, but I've made a real serious point to not um, be desperate about it, not rush a relationship, to not bother people, to not, to just sort of be comfortable in my own skin alone doing my own thing. And I know eventually those relationships will blossom into whatever they need to blossom into. But that patience is really fucking hard. I don't have patience, I think. I'm recording, right? Oh, fuck, thank God. I thought I wasn't recording for a second. I have a lack of patience. I just want everything right now in this moment, and then as soon as I get it, it's like, all right, well, what's the next thing? It's a gluttony of desire almost. Like I don't even really feel This is gonna be a short episode because I don't feel like doing this right now. I'm not. I think I talked myself out last night, like just being in front of all those people in the subway. Man, the street stand up in the subway is gonna do really well for me, I think, because there was a point where I was literally in front of like 100 people, and they were all trying to ignore me, and they had their headphones on, and then I had pockets of people that gave a fuck, but it was like 100 people that I was performing in front of. It was really crazy, and I went for a good hour, and so I think that this street stand up stuff is going to prove to be lucrative out here. I'm probably going to find multiple spots. I don't want it to just be this one area, but yeah, yeah, man, yeah. I think I talked myself out last night, and I don't. I promised myself I was going to do this weekly, but I'm not. I don't have anything else in the gas tank, and I got to save my energy for doing this mic tonight. I'm going to where am I going to? Where am I going to? Oh, while I'm looking this up, I got another job, another subbing job in a different school. It's going to be my first time in this other school. It's going to be like a middle school or something. And I'm going to be there for a week dealing with these goddamn animals. If you have children and you're listening to this and your children are of any age in school from K through 12, your kids are fucking animals. I'm going to Three Dead Moose comedy open mic. There we go. Chicago, Three Dead Moose comedy open mic. Yeah, this one's been lackluster, which is another word I think I used last week. I like the word lackluster. There's something good about it. It rolls off the tongue. Can you hear that? Can you hear all that sound outside? Yeah. All right. It'll be a short one, and I'll see. I'll see how I feel next week. But lonely, but holding up and dealing with it. And yeah, All right.